What's up, gang? It's your man Key here, and we are locked in back with another video, man. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode 13 of Keys to Success podcast. Welcome, everyone. Excited to see you all. Sorry if feel like I'm under the weather. My nose is stuffy and stopped up a little bit. Was going crazy yesterday. Shout out to everyone who attended Bolshang High School. Shout out to the class of 2K17. We was lit. We was turned up. Shout out to all my fellow classmates. I love every single one of y'all. I think it's the second event that we did this year. Great seeing all y'all. Turned up, fun vibes, good food, good people, good energy, and I just love it. Shout out to everyone who attended, and we'll be back next year. So y'all know how we're gonna do this. We're gonna run through some topics. It's gonna be a short one. Not necessarily too short. I'll try to move around certain topics that I felt that was like off-putting based on the days going by. And if not, if y'all want to hear it, I'll throw it into the next podcast. If not, then I'll keep it as it is. But let's get started. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about. I just came back today from seeing the movie Him, produced by Jordan Peele, not directed. Okay, he produced it, y'all, from his film company, production company, Monkey Paw Productions. And if I had to rate the movie, I would give it a solid, for what it was. It kept me interested. It kept me on the edge of my seat of how is this going to maneuver, how is it going to end. I'll give it a solid 7 off first scene. I love Marlon Wayans' performance. He did great. Love the other actor. I think his name is Tyree Weathers, starring the star. I want to say Cade. It was very interesting on how they tied horror and sports and put it together. And in the first couple minutes of the film, you can see how the route they're going with the film in terms of God, family, and football, and how they tie everything in together with a spliff of horror. So realistically, and how they tied up the movie together, and how I thought the ending was gonna maybe throw it off. Not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. Solid. I was interested. I had a good time. Give it a solid rating. So shout out to Jordan Peele. Shout out to the director who directed the movie, and everyone that was involved. Good job. Good work. If y'all want spoilers and want my expertise, not expertise, but opinion of breaking it down, then I can give y'all that on a separate video, or just hit me up and I'll come back and explain it on another video podcast. Just let me know. But next thing we want to talk about is, so far, week 1, week 2, and upcoming week 3 recap of NFL games. So far, we just had a lot of injuries, everyone in terms of quarterbacks in the NFL. If I'm not mistaken, this week heading into week 3, we have 5 quarterbacks potentially injured. We have, I want to say, Joe Burrow. He's going to be out for 3 months with turf toe. We have Jaden Daniels with a knee sprain. We have Justin Fields with a concussion. We have JJ McCarthy. And I want to say the last person that we have is, who am I missing, y'all? I'll think about it on the way. But a lot of injuries heading into week 3 of the NFL season, and that just causes everything into hectic chaos in terms of how much important having a backup quarterback is on your roster, in terms of getting the most production out of your players and teammates and your whole roster as a team. So that's very important for all NFL teams to make sure that if, in the case of a situation that your quarterback gets injured or gets sidelined for a couple of weeks or perhaps the whole season, maybe it's a good idea to have a good solid veteran quarterback to lead your team and will your team to victory as much as they can in terms of their experience with the level of expertise that they have in the NFL. Just my take on it. So, but in terms of that, my top teams that I've seen that look very, very good heading into week 3, we have, of course, from the AFC, we have Buffalo Bills. I would say that they are the top team right now. Just whooped Miami. I wouldn't say whoop, but they beat Miami. So they're 3-0. And I would say from the NFC, I would go with the Packers. And obviously the Eagles. It's just that with the Eagles, they need to change their play style. Everyone's been upset of how they've been winning games in terms of the tush push being used 7 times last game against the Super Bowl rematch, the Chiefs. And I agree. In terms of, I'm not too mad of it, and I don't recall or I don't want the NFL to ban the tush push because no one can stop it. Like, you have to understand, the other team, just like the Eagles, have the opportunity to use the tush push or practice it as well. But the main difference is you don't have the same offensive line as the Eagles have. You don't have the same quarterback that the Eagles have, which is Jalen Hurts, which he's squatting a ton. And behind him is one of, if not right now, the best running back in the game, Saquon Barkley, helping him push into the convergence of the first down. So I would say just try to figure out a way to stop it. And if you can't, then oh well. But I would not like the play to be banned. I would just like a more caveat, a more different approach in terms of your play style. Because just because you have an unbeatable play doesn't mean that you should have more ways in winning, if that makes sense. And obviously the Packers, good pickup, trade, and paid former Cowboy Michael Parsons. Been seeing him improve. He's getting healthier and healthier. I'm not too sure if he was over exaggerating of how bad his back was entering the NFL season, but in terms of now, he's getting more reps. He's getting more comfortable in that defense. Shout out to the defensive coordinator also for the Packers. I've been seeing him call pretty good games, and I like what I'm seeing from their defense. And if Jordan Love can stay healthy with the mirage of weapons that he have with young wide receivers, then I can see them potentially giving Philly a run for their money this year, better than what the Commanders almost did to them last year in the NFC Championship game to beat them and go to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. So you never know. Look out for them. Next thing I want to do is talk about another movie that is upcoming. Well, it's not upcoming anymore. It's actually out. I think it came out last week. The Long Walk. If you guys don't know this movie, I can give a description based off memory. Basically, what I've seen from the trailer, it's very interesting storyline. It's about a couple of Army Group veterans that take this long walk. Don't have much details into it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to read into it. But it takes a long walk. And in terms of, they have to keep going. Excuse me. They can't stop for whatever reason whatsoever. And if you do stop, one of their commanders shoots you and basically kills you. So it's basically a long walk to the death. And the last person standing wins. What do they win? Pretty sure they win a lot of money. So, I don't know, based off of that description of the movie, you have me intrigued already. And I'm interested to see it. I'll go back maybe next week to go see that movie. I just went seeing him. I had to pick and choose, but I'll definitely go make it my business to go see it before it leaves theaters. So, next thing I want to talk about is, okay, should I give FanDuel a break? I thought about it, y'all, and I wrote this topic down because last week I had a perfect ticket, y'all. When I tell y'all, I had everything going right from the crazy Cowboys versus Giants game last week that went into overtime and going back and forth. From the highs and lows of that game, from the Cowboys hitting a game-winning, shout out to Brandon Aubrey, best kicker in the game right now in the NFL. Oh my God, it was so perfect, y'all. But you know what happened? J.J. McCarthy happened. He fooled me. If y'all seen that post I posted on Instagram, he tricked me from his week 1 performance against the Chicago Bears, coming back in that game in the 4th quarter, scoring 3 touchdowns, playing on prime time NBC Sunday Night Football against the Atlanta Falcons. Not Detroit, not Green Bay, not Patriots of old, not Ravens, not Seahawks. The up-and-coming Michael Penix Jr. Atlanta Falcons. And when I tell y'all, I was so upset. My girl will tell me, like, I was going through it. Oh my God. Like, it was unreal on how their offense was so abysmal. How they couldn't even move the freaking ball, which was crazy. Like, it was night and day. Like, what I was seeing from last week, I didn't see from this week. And now he's out. Kevin O'Connell, I like you. I like what you did with Sam Darnold. Revitalize his career. He's on our team now. Go Seahawks. Go 12-man. He's doing so far so good. 1-1. Gonna beat the Saints' ass tomorrow, which is today if this comes out. And we're just gonna knock it out the park and we're gonna keep it moving. So we're gonna go with that. Next thing, hold on. Okay. No, not hold on, because you know what? I didn't get a break. You know why? Because I just hit tonight on a good parlay. Shout out to Casino Parlays. If you're not tapped in with him, go on his Instagram at casinoparlays.com. Discord. I think his Discord is, I want to say, maybe $50 a month. Hey, like I said, you win some, you lose some, y'all. It's not going to be a guarantee, but when we win big. That's all I got to say. And not going to give it a break, I would still say, in terms of FanDuel, but I'm also going to be cautious just heading into the weeks in terms of not trying to lose all my money. Just being honest. I'm sorry if I'm sneezing. I'm sorry. Okay, next thing I want to do is talk about... Oh, I want to make a quick comment. Any fragrances, new or old, that I should try or that I should be aware of, guys or ladies? Any perfume that would smell good on a woman for me to get for my lady? Send comments, write them down, send them to me, DM, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, phone number if you have it, whatever. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't know what to get nowadays, and I think I'm running out a little bit in my collection, so I think it's gonna be soon time for a re-up, and I just want to know what y'all like and what you think I should try. Okay, next thing I want to get into is want to do a quick shout out to Bud Crawford. Sorry, put respect on his name. Mr. Terrence Bud Crawford, undefeated middleweight champion of the world and the best boxer of this generation. This one right now. No doubt about it. Undisputed champion. Shout out to him. Shout out to Canelo Alvarez. Putting on an amazing fight last Saturday night in Las Vegas. Shout out to Netflix. Beautiful event. You know what? No, not shout out to Netflix, because for some reason I was trying to watch the fight in my room and my dad was trying to watch the fight in the living room, and for some reason during the fight it blacked out. So you know what I have to do? I have to watch it on my phone. So you know what, Netflix? No, I'm not giving a shout out to you because I don't know if that was the reason, but it shouldn't have been a reason. And I'm kind of pissed off about it because this is the second time that y'all have these events and y'all having trouble. This was remember the first time with Beyonce and a halftime performance on Christmas in the NFL game last year. So get it together, Netflix. And they do a very, very good job of hosting these type of games and contemplating with the level of production that y'all have that comes with it. So, but yeah, shout out to Crawford. I don't know if he's gonna retire yet. I think he's 38 years old. He has nothing to prove. I think he's beaten them all. I don't know if is he in the same ranking class as Shakur Stevenson or Tank Davis. I don't really know how that would go, but in my mind, I'm thinking it's not even worth the discussion because in my mind, I feel like Crawford would just finish them so easily. To me, if you guys seen his fights, he's a prolific boxer, y'all. Like I wouldn't say Floyd-esque, but more sounded defensive boxing with more balance on the offensive side as well. That's my take on it. But shout out to him. He's the champion. And I'm so excited for him, for his family. His story is incredible. His documentary, y'all go watch it. Or just any story that features his mom and how she paid any kid in the neighborhood $10 to try to beat him up growing up as a kid, and they couldn't beat him up, and just how she motivated him and pushed him to be the best. It's just crazy, y'all. I love a good feel-good story from one of the greatest boxers of our generation. Shout out to Bud Crawford. Next thing I want to do is get into let's get an update on fantasy football. I'm on to y'all. Hopefully I bounce back this week in both leagues. Shout out to both leagues that I'm in fantasy football. When I get off of here, I'm gonna make sure I update because I need to take some players out. If y'all not balling, I need to switch around and I need to improve and see, because there's no way that both of my rosters that I have in both leagues should be losing the way that they're losing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not getting blown out. It's close games, but I'm guessing it's just because it's the regular season and it's only week 2 and we have a long way to go. Hopefully sooner, my players that I've drafted are going to amp it up and give out better production in the future. So, yeah, on to y'all. Hopefully turn around and kick some butt and win some money. So, that's all you guys for. Next thing I want to do is give a slight congratulations on the recap. I want to say this happened 2 weeks ago. The Basketball Hall of Fame. Shout out to Carmelo Anthony. Shout out to Dwight Howard being inducted into this year's 2025 NBA Hall of Fame. And also big shout out to Chris Paul and LeBron James becoming the first 2 NBA athletes ever being inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame while playing. Now, of course, they were inducted because of their run in the Dream Team when they won Olympic gold medals. But imagine them getting to the Hall of Fame now in the Dream Team, and also, I want to say that was in 2008, but also getting inducted again as regular players when they decide to hang it up. I want to say Chris Paul's Dream retirement tour is this year. This is his last year. He's going to be hanging it up. Sorry, y'all. And as for LeBron, not sure when King James is going to hang it up, but like I said, he's been in great shape forever, and I feel like he can keep going for a long time if he wants to. So shout out to the Hall of Fame for that great induction ceremony. Next thing I want to do is talk about Okay, let's get into music. Okay, quick note. Shout out to Offset and Drake. If you guys didn't by now listen to Offset's new album, Kiari, fire, whole album, the flow of it, the mix-ups, the beat production, just everything. Offset, shout out to you, man. Gave me some great music the last couple of weeks. I've been spinning it. Shout out to Drake, waiting on that Iceman album, hopefully before the end of this year. Hopefully next month in October, hopefully. I'm not sure. I have to go fact check, but I'm never... I want to say he did, but in terms of like October, I just feel like that's just Drake. Like the fall and how you can maneuver certain songs and outlets and things like that and produce records and things. I want to say like October is the perfect time for Drake to drop an album, and not in the fall, then I would say the summer, obviously. But I'll have to go look at that because I'm pretty sure I can't remember a single Drake album that he produced in the fall or came out in the fall. But I'm gonna have to go fact check that. But shout out to Offset and Drake. Then Drake new sample snippet was fire. Can't wait to see how that sounds fully. And Offset, a tremendous album, my man. Tremendous. Next thing I want to do is talk about, the Netflix series is back, y'all. Beauty and Black. And I shouldn't not be premature in giving this take, but I'm sorry. For what I've seen, Tyler Perry, the writing is trash this season. And I feel like you duped us because from what I remember in season 1, the acting and the writing wasn't that bad. It had a good amount of, we were interested in what these characters were. We were interested on where the story was going. We were interested in how is this going to pan out? How is this going to play? They gave us some sexy scenes from males, if y'all into that, and females, obviously. It was good energy, funny moments, sexy scenes, good writing, subpar, serviceable writing. And the acting wasn't not half bad. But this season, I don't know. It's a part 1, y'all. I want to say September 28th is going to be, so I want to say a week from now, because today is the 21st. Part 2 is going to be dropping. Part 1 was only 8 episodes. And I'm not sure how many episodes next season is going to be with part 2. But the first season, we had 15 episodes. So hopefully, Tyler Perry, you bring us back into the mood and the show can become what it was in the beginning, which was the first season, which was fire in my opinion. Next thing I wanted to do is give I want to talk about these streamers, y'all. I want to talk about Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed. Okay, so just give a quick shout out to Kai Cenat. He's been killing it so far in the streaming world. Shout out to him, what he's doing with this, I want to say Mafia-thon in his beautiful home, crazy home, and how he's just committed to excellence. Y'all, this guy he streams himself for like 30 days straight, periodically, 24 hours a day, non-stop. He streams when he sleeps, when he showers, when he eats. Like, if that's not commitment, then I don't know what it is. So shout out to him for what he's doing. And just give another quick shout out to IShowSpeed. Shout out to him. He was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana last week. Shout out to him that I seen on the internet, and Kevin Gates and a bunch of other celebrities when LSU Tigers played the Florida Gators in a rivalry game at night in Death Valley. Shout out to LSU Tigers. They won that game 20-10, 5 picks. Shout out to the defense. And Brian Kelly, you are definitely improving your coaching abilities in the SEC. Glad to see that come aboard. Y'all are the third ranked team in the nation right now. Penn State is number 2. Ohio State is number 1. Go OHIO. But yeah, shout out to y'all, and hopefully that continues during the season, and hopefully y'all make another playoff run, and hey, see if y'all can be the defending champions. If not, move out of the way. Go OHIO. Go Buckeyes. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Let's see. What else we got next? No, I think that's it. Pretty much it. The last thing I put was Saints fans, are y'all okay? And my answer to that is going to be no. You know why? Because we're going to whip y'all ass tomorrow. Go Seahawks. Go to it, man. I got y'all. Let's see. If I can predict the score. Let's do 24. Let's do 24-13. Not a butt whipping, but a serviceable game. Hey, it's all love on this end, but at the same time, it's just business, baby. So, but yeah, man. Shout out to everyone out there that's been kicking it with me so far on this beautiful run. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna keep getting better, and hopefully, y'all just stay engaged and enjoy the ride with me. My name is Keandre Kennison, and this has been another episode of Keys to Success Podcast. Thank y'all. Love y'all. Appreciate it.